Can you even believe the title? Dread has put an army list together. What? Let's have a look, shall we? Greetings, boys and gits, and welcome to Dread Waaagh Gaming. Now, I may be talking to a lot of my regular viewers here, but there may be some new people. So I need to introduce myself a little bit and what it is that I'm doing here, right? My name is Dread and I'm a freebooter captain. So I'm trying to build a freebooter army, but I don't really like to over-theme my freebooters on a sort of nautical theme. I think freebooters are supposed to be space pirates, yeah? The image in the codex is actually a really good one. The idea is they've got elements, just little nods to pirates, only like little hints to tell people now, oh, these are pirates, but it doesn't need to be made that obvious. It certainly doesn't need to be made as obvious as barnacles and starfish, ship wheels and boats and stuff. I do enjoy that stuff. I think any orc themed armies are fun. They're really fun. But for me, I'd like to see more freebooters out there that are different to that. So with my army, I have actually written or started to write some lore, which you can find over on my website and forum, which you can find down in the description. But the army itself isn't, although they have space cruisers and they go out and do some piracy and a little bit of raiding and stuff like this. They're also based on a planet where they're doing a lot of trading. It's like a pirate's bay. My war boss, Captain Kromlech, he is the pirate king, and it's a bit like Mad Max's sort of desert wasteland, you know, but it's got a few imperial buildings and whatnot. There's going to be a lot of rust, a lot of sand, a lot of brown leather and stuff like this, and my freebooters, the way that they colour themselves, rather than being flamboyant and overly colourful, mine are mostly in rags and stuff, you know, just any old rags, but they colour themselves with the red, gold and green, because that's my theme. So not too much of it, not as in your face as the desk is, you know, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be much more subtle. It'll just be like on a headband or on something that's tied around the wrist, or just a little bit of detail on the gun or something like that, you know. I'm not going to go overboard with it. So that's what's going to tie them all in together. Other than that, I really did want them to have a feel a bit like a lot of the characters in Mad Max, you know, like they really are scrapping together whatever they can get their hands on. So when they go out to do a little bit of piracy, they are grabbing whatever they can, they're bringing it back and they're working on it. And basically, it's on this planet, they raid each other's camps as well, and that's not unheard of. So, you know, there's a lot of trucks and a lot of wrecking crews, a lot of salvage crews and stuff like this. A lot of the boys wear goggles, you know, that are on the trucks that are speeding out across the desert, so they look a lot like evil sons perhaps, but they're speed freaks. And speed freaks don't have to be evil sons at the end of the day. They can be of any clan. But it does mean that I can play them as evil sons, sure. And it's a great clan to play your boys as, after all. So I'm going to have options with this list. Yeah, I just want to let you know, they're supposed to be freebooters. They don't look overly freebootery just yet. But wait till they're painted before you judge that. I have used a few like pirate heads, but I haven't overdone it. I do intend to be running Bad Ruck and flash gits and stuff like that. It's just I don't have any of those built. And so this brings us on to the most important point, why I'm building this list and why it looks like it does. I am building this list because Skarnir, Stevo and Dim Reaper all live within close enough proximity. Skarnir and me live in Ireland, and Dim and Stevo both live over in the UK. So the four of us are all channel buddies. We all collaborate together and we all help run the 40k Facebook Ork community. Alright, so if you're not already a member, don't know what you're doing, get yourself over there, join up. I must admit, I don't use Facebook all that much, but that's the only thing I go there for. You gits, alright? You gits and me mum, alright? Get on over there. These guys and me want to start having some battle reports and stuff like that on our channel, because we're all orcs and we haven't got any battles going on between us. Stevo's done a few with Nick Beer over on Idic Beer's channel, but the few times he went, he didn't have that many painted miniatures, so he's tried to push to get his miniatures painted, and it's made the few of us go, well, we should do this too. I mean, Skarnir's had a channel for 10 years and he ain't got a painted orc force, and me, I've been around for the last like year and a bit now, and I still haven't put together a finished painted Ork force, and I don't want to fall behind. So we've all committed to getting this done by the summer. So that's the why. Now I'll explain why I've got the models in the army that I do. Simple answer is these are the ones that I've already got built, and because I'm a prolific converter, there's not many miniatures that, in fact, I don't think I'll put out any miniatures that I don't convert, although you're probably going to see one in this and I'll explain about that. But generally on the whole, I convert everything. I didn't want to start making an army list of what I would like to field as the ultimate freebooter army and then have to build it. I wanted to work with what I already had pretty much built. Without further ado, let's take a look at my 1500 point Ork army list. Blimey, that took some time, didn't it, eh? Right, so it's actually 1 point short of 1500 and it's freebooters. This is the war boss. He's a big mech in mega armor. He's got the killer boss, cleverest boss. He's got a grot oiler, custom force field, custom mega blaster, and a power claw. He's just going to sit backfield with his custom force field and look after my battle wagon and my looters and stuff. As far as the model's concerned, I've just got to add the head, and I've got the rest of his weapons magnetised and stuff. It's just I want to part assemble and part paint them, you know, that way round. And then there's the weird boy who's got the jump, and he's a warp head, and he's got the weird boy staff there. He's got the scorched git bones. I'm going to be using him to just jump my mega knobs in, which we'll get to in a short while. He only just needs a head, and then he's done as well. Next we have the troops, and I'm starting off with just 10 Gretchen. They're just there to use as grot shield or to hold an objective. Quite simple really. Most of them are already put together. There's just a little bit of green stuff work to do here and there, but nothing really, just to tidy up. They're already based as well, which is a first for me. Then we come to the boys. Now I've got 2 lots of 12 boys. Well, I say 12 boys. One of them's going to be a knob and one of them's going to be with a big shooter. I've only got the big shooters to build. I've actually built all of the boys. They've only got a little bit of tidying up to do. So, and the knobs also I've built. So I've only got these lads to tidy up. Some of them I painted once already, so I just need to wash them off, clean them up a little bit before I repaint them. Others just need a little bit more tidy up and they're ready to go. Yeah, so I've just got the 2 big shooters to do. I hope you enjoy just having a little browse at them here. Here comes the knobs. Here's the knob, see? Yeah, this one's a sort of plastic one, and then I've got a metal one that sort of broke apart, so I've got to put them back together. But they're the 2 that are going to lead the 2 boys, mobs in trucks, and this is the first of the trucks, dedicated transport, keeping it simple with just a big shooter. That's just a top view of it there, so you can see there's a magnet base in that back bit, so I can add a grabbing claw, because this is actually for the scrap hunters, this truck, but these boys are borrowing it. But I'm going to actually build a themed unit around that truck. And then this is the cruiser truck. It looks like a battle wagon, I know, but me and him both agree that it's the proper truck size. It's actually got space there for a driver and a rider, but this is like the size a truck should be if it's going to transport that many boys. And it's not overly armoured anyway. I much prefer my battle wagons to look like tanks almost, you know, or be wider at least. So, you know, if I was going to use a battle wagon, it'd be double the width. Next up, we've got the elite being the tank busters. There's 12 tank busters, keeping it simple. They're just with the rocket launchers. I have got models that I started building and stuff with, like rocket pistols and tank hammers, but they're not done, whereas these tank busters, almost most of them are done anyway. I've got a few that are just in need of a little tidy up and cleaning, the odd bits and bobs, you know. Now we've got the mega knobs, and yeah, there's a lot of them. There's actually 10 of them. So yeah, I've got some special weapons in there and all sorts. Here's one of the lads. He needs a little bit of tidy up on his feet there. Bit of green stuff finishing. I've tried to spike him a bit. This lad wants a little bit more finishing up too. I've still got to drill the magnets in his hands. This one I've sort of tried to position the arm differently, so I've sort of like outreached it. You can see at the back I've also tried to give it a piston and sort of stretch that out the same way too, so it looks authentic. Got to work on the muscle a bit. This dude just needs his arm drilled and he's pretty much there. This guy, I also did a thing with the arm, not finished yet, so that's one to work on. This is one of the Kromlech ones. I've pretty much got this done, all magnetised as well. Same with this one as well. All the Kromlech ones, they're all magnetised and ready, so it's just a case of paint now. I think there maybe is a little bit of tidy up to do behind the heads.
I'm not sure if I actually did green stuff that yet, or whether I've just blue tacked that. I can't actually tell you right now. This one's going to have kill saws, obviously. And the battle wagon, finally. I'm going to have 3 big shooters, grot riggers, a cannon, and a lobber, so I can even park this out of view and still hit shit. So yeah, it's going to sit up the back with the looters. And speaking of the looters, here they are. So we've got 10 looters all together, and yeah, they're deadly bastards. I've converted them all up, obviously. There was one with the ZF1 there. That was actually from the green one. But I've just swapped around heads. This one's got some wires that need to connect up to the backpack. It's a looted Imperial lasgun, and this one as well also needs some wires to connect up to the backpack. I've done it once, but I didn't like it, so I pulled it off. This one's got some, I don't even know, there's kind of tower weapon on the side, but there you go, there's a freebooter head for you. And this lad here, that was just a bit from the bits box actually, that just finished that one off. This one I've based even, because he was going to go in my kill team, or he's going to go in my kill team. And the same with this one. He's actually got his hand off the handlebars and he's pointing and laughing. Ha ha ha, I just killed you. And this is probably going to be the leader of them, although you don't have a boss as such, but he just looks hench, doesn't he? For this next month, I'm just going to be finishing these off, and then I want to get on with painting them, because we want to have these done by July. So I've just got a few finishing details to do with some magnets, a bit of green stuff, and yeah, then I'm ready to roll. And I've got my bases to do.
So, if you have any thoughts or any tips or advice and ways that I can beat the living crap out of the other 3, then let me know down in the comments. And if you want to get your hands on some extra bits and bobs at some nice little discounts, go and check out my description there. And make sure you join the Dread Wargaming website and forum and the Facebook Ork community for orcs. Right? Sorted. See you in the next one.